Welcome back to Junkies, the podcast where we are looking into the biggest stories in the world of film, TV and pop culture. I am Melissa Natu and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Jonny Nelson.
Wonderful. What have I done to deserve that?
Nothing, and it won't carry on, so don't expect me to be this nice all the time.
Okay.
Today, we are unpacking what Toy Story 5 has in store for Woody, Buzz and the gang. We're also looking into the upcoming Supergirl movie, plus the rise of YA movies like Your Fault London, which, Jonny, I know you have no idea about. Plus, we'll be looking into some of the biggest casting news making headlines right now. Let's not waste any time and jump straight into Toy Story 5.
Toy Story 5.
I love this franchise, can I just say?
It's almost the perfect franchise because I think, unlike pretty much everything else, they have never really dropped the ball. You can have your favourites, but I don't think there is a bad Toy Story movie at all.
I think that they leave the right amount of time between making them as well, that people haven't got the fatigue that you kind of get with some franchises. Mm-hmm. But they leave enough time as well that there's something new that they can add. Toy Story 5 introduces devices as the villain.
Which I think is kind of, if someone was to tell you the plot of Toy Story 5 and say, we're going to bring in technology, there's going to be an iPad, you'd sort of like roll your eyes and go, okay, that seems quite obvious. But I think it's the way they execute these films that is so perfect. I didn't think there'd be another one after Toy Story 4 because it felt quite definitive to me.
Franchise like this can just run and run.
Yeah, I think this franchise has put Tom Hanks' brother's kids through college as much as it has Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks' brother famously does the voice of Woody on all the kind of the merchandise, the games, the like theme park related things. Anytime you hear Woody from Toy Story not in a Toy Story film, it's Tom Hanks' brother.
I did not know that.
Really?
No.
A little bit of trivia for there. You can tell me all about what a YA film is later on, and I'm telling you about Tom Hanks' family lineage. But yeah, he looks like him, he sounds like him, and it's kept him going for years and years.
Tom Hanks continuing to be the nicest man in showbiz.
What a guy.
You did get to speak to a couple of the cast from this one, right?
I did. Now, this was in some ways another humiliating experience that we get on the press tours of films these days, where it's a very fast-paced, changing world, the world of film journalism.
And junkets.
And junkets, and you don't always get the kind of the access that you want. So we did the Toy Story 5 junket recently, did not speak to Tom or Tim.
Do you know who did get Tom Hanks and Tim Allen?
Everybody
Absolutely.
under 25?
Everyone else.
Yeah. So I did get to speak to Greta Lee, who plays Lilypad, who's the kind of the iPad,
the new character,
incoming storm of tech in this, and the legendary Joan Cusack.
She is so wonderful. I cannot believe that she's not made a red carpet appearance in 11 years until now.
So long, yeah. She's obviously made famous the Jessie character who turned up in Toy Story 2, but she was in so many great films of the kind of the 90s. John Cusack's sister, famously.
Addams Family Values was my favourite.
Addams Family Values, when she plays the lady who marries Uncle Fester and then tries to kill him like 1,000 times over. She was in 9 Months, the film with Hugh Grant when he got caught with the Lady of the Night during his own press tour. We can save that chat to another day. Divine Brown, I think her name was. Lovely nuggets of information here for an esteemed audience.
Pepper them through.
And then for me, one thing that really stood out was Toys. It's another film about toys she made in 1992 with Barry Levinson, who's the director of like Good Morning Vietnam. And
I'd forgotten about
movies.
That film.
And the legendary Robin Williams. Let's just hear some of her memories of working with him.
He's so wild because he's like a totally normal person. Mm-hmm. He sits next to you in the chair and he's like, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then he can just, it's like he has another arm or something.
Yeah.
Where he can turn it on and it's just wild.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen anything like it. I mean, it's one of the joys of being an actor is sometimes you meet people that are just extraordinarily talented.
He made such a big impact on cinema. And it's so nice that you had that moment because I've spoken to some of the other people who interviewed Joan that day and they found her a bit more difficult.
Before I went in for that interview, I was speaking. We usually chat to other journalists in that kind of in the green room, and you're like, "Oh, is so and so on form? How's so and so?" And it can really shift your mood because you can go in full of energy, and suddenly you're like, "Oh no, so and so's not happy." And I think it's unfair to assume that people are either grumpy or don't want to speak to you and things like that. A lot of the time they hear the same questions over and over again. She, as you've mentioned, has been away from Hollywood for years, has not been used to doing these long, drawn-out press junkets over and over.
She runs a gift shop now.
Yeah, in like Chicago. So I think sometimes you just need something to unlock them. I was quite jealous of seeing what happened in the States for their premiere. They had Taylor Swift there. She sang the song from the film. They had Randy Newman.
Oh, I went to the UK gala screening. This one was attended by Sean Welby and Jordan North, who are UK cameo characters. Cameos,
which is a legendary status, because I remember being a kid and seeing on like Live and Kicking that Andy Peters had done the voice of someone who was working at the airport in Toy Story 2.
Wow.
And I remember hearing they played the clip and I was like, wow, that's Andy Peters. Andy Peters is on Toy Story.
Well,
so it's a pretty coveted
It's a pretty cool
role.
thing. So we had them at the UK Gala screening, no Taylor Swift. And what we got instead was a sing-along to You've Got a Friend in Me, except all the kids, it was a very kid-heavy family screening.
Yeah.
None of them, I think, knew the song. No one was singing along. I think the adults, like people our age, or the parents, are the ones who knew the song. But they were doing a sing-along to You've Got a Friend in Me, and the kids don't know that song.
I find children singing quite creepy, if I'm perfectly honest. Always have. And I used to be a choir boy as a kid. I sang in Blackburn Cathedral Choir, and you should have seen me in my frock.
I don't want to see it. I don't even picture that.
It was very charming, actually. I looked like a kind of a 16th century earl. We had like these ruffs. Which
You're not selling this to me.
Okay, fine. I historically find children singing creepy. Like it feels like something you hear in a horror movie before things kick off. But I digress. I think it's because they've left quite a bit of time between Toy Story 4 and this one. Young kids would have been like
not born.
One or something.
Not born.
Exactly. Last time, not the first movie, but the fourth movie. When the fourth movie came out, there was a lot of kids doing the interviews at the junkets as well. Yeah. It's very adorable, but sometimes you've got to have a bit of a reality check. But a brief word on the movie. It is good. It's so well made. It's funny. It's charming. It's kind of heartbreaking. And in some ways, it felt like it re-energized the franchise.
Yeah, and you know what? They still put in the jokes for the adults.
Yeah,
like it is,
absolutely.
It's a Disney movie. They make it for the kids, but my God, like as an adult, you are always going to go in and enjoy that. The subtleness of the adult jokes is so brilliantly done.
I think it belongs on a plinth alongside The Simpsons, where it's something that has kind of been reborn again and again and again over literal decades, and it feels like you can't compare it to other animated movies or TV shows. You can't really compare it to anything. I think it's just what it's done to cinema, and the kind of the way in which it opened up animation to how it can be so emotional and so hilarious and do everything a normal film could do. I don't know. I think it's evergreen, and I'm here for more movies. I'm here for 1,000 more Toy Story movies.
Disney will be so happy to hear you say that.
When they're all AI in 10 years' time, when everyone gets too old to do it. The AI Toy Story movie. And you know what? That'll be good as well, as sickening as it sounds.
This feels like a good time to take a break. And when we come back, I will educate you, Johnny, on what a YA movie is.
Can't wait. Now I remember.
Good sleep is everything. That's why Ollie's Science Bag Support is made with a blend of melatonin and L-theanine for both kiddos and grown-ups. So when your mind won't switch off, you've got something that can help. Your racing thoughts and restless nights won't stand a chance. Find Ollie Sleep Solutions for the whole family at Ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
Going to watch the first Toy Story many years ago, and it's interesting considering how long that franchise has lasted, how cinema has changed in that time.
I want cinema to continue. I love cinema. I love the experience.
Yeah.
But some movies do work better for
on
TV.
The small screen. Yeah, definitely.
Coming on to our next one. It is a movie made for TV. It is Your Fault, London. Do you need me to tell you what a YA movie is?
Is it to do with youth hostelling?
Absolutely not. No, YA movies, for those who don't know, is young adult. So it kind of straddles that line between teen and early adult life.
Sexy teen movies. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, why not?
Right. It's basically like like dramatic High School Musical?
Basically.
Right.
Basically, yeah. There's a lot more sex in there, I guess.
Those filthy bastards. But yeah, I have been seeing a lot of this stuff coming out. A lot of we get the junkets, and each time
you don't want to do them because you have no idea.
Yeah, I don't want to seem too disingenuous going to interview people, going, "So this is certainly a film, isn't it?"
Well, they are so popular. I think if you're not online, you're probably not aware of these actors and actresses and even these movies existing. But like the guys who I spoke to, Asha Banks and Matthew Broome, who are in Your Fault London, they're part of this franchise. Most people, like in my everyday life, would not have heard of them.
But if you're under a certain age,
my goodness,
it shows. It speaks to the kind of the dissection of fame that these days. Whenever like Strictly comes on TV every year, there'll be certain celebrities that people in the news and they're just like, who are these? They're not famous. But then they've got like a billion followers. And if fame is popularity and people liking you, being interested in your life, then how can we really split someone who's famous for being in a film or someone who's famous for playing football or cricket or whatever compared to someone who's famous for making videos on YouTube or TikTok?
But you know what? They do have such mass appeal because obviously there's always going to be young adults in the world who are going through similar things. And I think when you're that age, everything's so much more exaggerated.
Yeah.
Like everything feels more urgent and your hormones are all over the place. And I think seeing that on screen and being able to almost relate to that is
it's
just
titillating.
Why. Yeah. Yes.
I just wanted to say the word titillating.
I knew you just wanted to say that word. Yeah. And that's okay. That shows your maturity, Johnny. That's okay.
In our generation, I guess we had like Skins and stuff like that, which was kind of an exaggerated...
A bit more gritty, though.
A bit more gritty, yeah. And then I thought it was like we went from Skins and then we had like Sex Education. It all seems a bit fun and frilly. But there's this whole other online world of entertainment going on.
Very sexual, though. Like,
right.
I feel like the way that they're going now in terms of like, obviously these movies, like the Your Fault, My Fault, Our Fault movies, there's off-campus.
Whose fault is it?
One day you'll find out.
Yeah, good.
But there's off-campus as well, heated rivalry, like all of these.
Heard of that? That made one guy in America very, very famous. Didn't
Two
he?
guys.
Two guys.
Yeah.
But he ended up, one of them hosted like SNL and stuff.
Connor Story, yeah.
Yeah. Haven't really
and
seen
there's
much of his
Hudson
work,
Williams as well. And I mean...
Even
I got a bit hot under the collar watching Heated Rivalry, I won't lie.
Hudson Williams.
Yeah.
These people that are named after rivers and stuff, it
this
just sounds so American.
You don't know, do you?
I have no idea.
You have no idea who
Couldn't
these
pick them out of a lineup,
But
no.
online, that's what I'm saying. They're so massive. They
grateful.
also know Asha.
Right.
So it
Is
makes
he another
sense.
one of your...
She,
sorry. I did put her in a bulletin the other day, and I should have remembered that. Is she another one of your... we met before she was famous, and she gives me
absolutely.
this lovely stuff.
You would be correct. I met her at a Prime Video Trailblazers event,
Nice.
where we were sitting on the same table, and it was before the first film, My Fault, came out.
These are the big hitters that are in Mel's Rolodex, ladies and gentlemen.
So Asha Banks, I do. And I've also actually got another friend, Enver Lewis, who is in the movie as well. So
nice.
I'm just friends with all of the cast.
You're so young at heart, aren't you?
I haven't told them how old I really am, so that's why they continue to be friends with me. It's so nice when you have that instant rapport, when you walk in the room and they give you a hug. And we all know how much I love hugs of celebrities.
I like how you qualified that before I did. Famous with, if you're just a normal common garden shit muncher off the street, don't you dare think you can just wander up to Melissa Natu off the television and give her a hug, because she will be sickened. No, I'm sure you'd be absolutely delighted.
Sure, as long as you smell nice. Anyway, going back to me having spoken to them, like I said, their lives are changed so massively by being in these YA movies.
Like this time last premiere, we had a conversation in my hotel room with Enver and Karam, and we were like, I wonder what this film is going to like. I wonder if people are going to like it, or I wonder what's going to happen.
But also, like in many ways, it doesn't feel like it's changed. Like between us, it's just
same old.
and then you're like surprised with these moments. You're like, oh,
they seem really genuine, and they seem like they have a real affection for each other.
Yeah, they're still very grounded, which is nice, because their star is only going to grow.
You know what I'm always respectful of? When people make super horny movies. And they have clearly had to be all over each other, like during the production of 1 film, 2 films, 3 films. And yet their rapport off camera is so matey. Because we grew up in a time where you heard so many stories of like celebrities and actors going off to make a movie together, and then Brangelina happens, and that heat on camera ends up turning up in their own personal lives. So when you see it and it's very clear that it's not.
It's only for the camera.
Got to that stage. I think that's good quality acting. That is.
It is very good quality, but also they're playing step siblings in love in the film.
Nothing sexier than that.
There's nothing sexy
Real
about
siblings?
that.
No.
But
it shows how old I am that when you told me about the plot of this film, I said, "Oh, like in Brookside," which I think happened in about 1994. That happened in Brookside.
I can't believe you watched Brookside. But
I watched everything.
Should we take another break?
I think we should.
And then when we come back from that one,
we've got loads on, haven't we? We've got Supergirl chat.
We've got Supergirl.
Study. And play. Come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Chats. Let's jump right into Supergirl.
I'm quite looking forward to this film, I'll be honest. I thought Superman was okay. I'm enjoying the James Gunn DC takeover because it's different and it's something new. I absolutely hated where it was going before, and I quite like the trailer for Supergirl.
Millie Alcock is a great Supergirl because she feels more real than the previous super. They've always been put on a pedestal as being like a role model almost of like being the perfect human.
I've seen someone who's a bit messy
drunk.
And imperfect and drunk. Thank God, get more drunk superheroes on screen. It's been years since Hancock.
She brings this really nice, like, youthful energy to it, which we haven't seen before. I've seen the film. You have not.
Can you give away many spoilers about the film?
The whole premise is she's basically trying to save crypto.
So it's the same dog from Superman.
Yes.
It feels very kind of modern. Like, she's not trying to save a man. She's not trying to save her family. She's trying to save her dog.
I love Millie as Supergirl, but the person who really made me smile was Jason Momoa as Lobo, because he has wanted to play this character since childhood, basically.
Yes.
He campaigned for it in the same way that, like, Dwayne Johnson did for Black Adam, although that didn't work out so well for him.
Indeed.
I feel Lobo...
If Jason can just stop himself trying to take over the entire industry, then maybe
the
it might work out.
entire DC universe.
Yeah.
But he's so much fun. You've done so much. Is there still any more, like, childhood dreams to tick off?
I'm kind of at the end of my dreams, you know, like the big thing for me was like doing Chief Award, doing something that was for my people and being able to direct that. This obviously comic book is amazing, but I'm like, this year I'm playing in my favorite video game when I grew up, playing Blanca. I'm like Duncan, Idaho. I'm kind of like I'm kind of like, it's good. I don't have too much more.
Well, there we have it. I guess we're announcing the retirement of Jason Momoa, guys, here exclusively on the Junkies podcast. He's done everything.
Can you imagine being at that point in your life that you've ticked everything off on your bucket list?
I mean, I think you always change your kind of ambitions and objectives, don't you? Like, for years, when I was working in this industry, all I wanted to do was do some like red carpet stuff. I was like, how do people get to go and interview people on red carpets for films? What an unbelievable job.
And now you never want to do that ever again.
Exactly. And after a decade of doing that, I don't want to be anywhere near, I don't even want to be near the colour red again. But no, it is sweet. I think Jason Momoa is one of those people, he's built a career on being incredibly likeable and very good looking, of course, as long as he keeps the beard. We've seen what he does when he shaves it off for charity and everyone's like, huh?
I'm sorry.
What?
Jason Momoa in Baywatch back in the day is the most handsome man you've ever seen, and there was no beard on him then. He is glorious.
I looked him up when he first said, I want to play Lobo. I thought, that character looks ridiculous. And then I saw him in the trailer and I'm like, he looks like something from Labyrinth or something. I don't know, just something really insane. What I'm asking is, can you suspend your disbelief watching this movie and take that character somewhat seriously?
No. He feels like the most Jason character that he's ever played. Like, it was almost just like watching Jason having the time of his life on screen.
Yeah.
So you can see he enjoyed it, but like it felt very him, apart from the fact that he doesn't really like anyone in the film, and that's not very Jason. But I think it intrigues you enough about the character that you kind of want to see more.
Because I think the whole idea with him doing this is, well,
a standalone.
Standalone, yeah.
I literally said that
see
to
how
him as well.
the audiences, react, and then we'll see about a standalone.
You've just taken the words right out of his mouth. He literally said that. He's like, let's see how the fans... But come on, he must have had that conversation with DC about having a standalone movie.
Well, if anyone can carry a movie like that, like, I didn't think there was much in Aquaman to get 3 films. Was there just 2, or was there 3? I can't remember.
I think it's
maybe 2. But people went in their droves and watched that. So if you are going to test the water on a standalone for a kind of a side character almost, he's a good person to put your trust in.
I just think there's so much more probably to that character that they could do a standalone just to find out the backstory and everything else.
Casting news. Let's talk about some of the big names in the industry and the big moves that they're making.
What's one that's you're super excited for?
One I'm super excited for is Peter Serafinowicz.
He's a great actor.
If you're a fan of kind of early noughties comedy, you know who this guy is.
He's been cast as Peeves?
He's been cast as Peeves in the Harry Potter HBO series. Now,
I don't know Peeves.
Did you read the books, surely?
I watched the movies.
You just watched the movies? I thought Harry Potter was one of those universal, like, well, everyone read the books. Peeves was quite a prominent side character in Harry Potter. He was like a cheeky, mischievous, chaos-causing ghost. He's not one of the house ghosts, but he does like interfere with a lot that goes on, especially in the early books. And in the original film, he was cast as Rick Mayall.
Oh.
Who's one of those beloved icons of British comedy, sadly no longer with us. And if you ever, have some time, go and watch interviews of Rick Mayall talking about his casting as Peeves and how he turned up at the premiere and then saw he wasn't in the film, because it's so funny the way he kind of like laughs it off, and how he still got paid and he doesn't mind. But Peter Serafinowicz, who's another brilliant comic actor.
I was going to say, how do you think he's going to be in the
I think
series?
it'll be very different to Rick Mayall. Very, very different performers. Peter Serafinowicz is sort of like, he's great at impressions and embodying strange characters, whereas Rick Mayall was just unabashedly himself, and you watched every character you saw him in was kind of Rick Mayall being Rick Mayall. Whereas Peter, he can embody these very strange, like Brian Butterfield. Google that guy. Absolutely hilarious. There's this kind of big rotund man who does these kind of like self-help videos, and he speaks like this. He did like Spy, where he plays a suave but stupid British spy. He a similar sort of character as a lord. He turns up in like Parks and Recreation. So he's always kind of like upper class, smarmy, funny, simpleton almost characters, but very, very different. So I couldn't really tell you. I couldn't give a read of what his performance in that is going to be like.
But interesting casting.
Definitely.
The next one, James Norton in House of the Dragon.
Yes. Is he a Hightower? I can't remember. He's definitely
a
Hightower.
He's the nephew of Rhys Ifans' character.
Yes, yeah, Otto.
Yes.
So he's very prominent in the trailer, isn't he?
Yeah, I have to be honest, I've not watched the new season of House of the Dragon yet.
But he does seem like he's going to be quite prominent in this series. He does look like he's out for blood, like one of those good old-fashioned Game of Thrones characters.
He's someone who I always just used to think would be a great Bond.
Yeah.
And he was in the running, wasn't he?
Yeah, his name would come up quite a lot. And if I'm honest, it was one of those names that would come up and I would think, it'd be all right. But I never really sold
But he was
the
one
idea.
of those actors who he's great and he looks great, but he wasn't that huge a name, so it kind of felt like it was the right fit for Bond, because they like someone who's still that little bit not, A-list quite yet.
Yeah. He always felt like there wasn't a grittiness to him. And I know he's played a wealth of different type of characters. And hell, look at him in Happy Valley, where he played a notoriously sinister, unhinged guy. But there is something about his appearance that seems a little bit too clean. So I don't know whether that's worked against him, but certainly this is another character where he seems to be pushing against that. He looks very
great
rough and
in
ready.
the armour.
Oh, he does look great in the armour.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. And I think a lot of fans of Game of Thrones that have been watching House of the Dragon out of kind of a commitment to the legacy of Westeros. I think this season looks like it may be a bit more of a return to the sex and blood of Game of Thrones, like a lot more action, warfare, and hideous deaths and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to it.
The other one, there is every British name under the sun joining Only Murders in the Building when it comes to the UK for the next season, including Jerry Halliwell. Yeah, a Spice Girl.
At long last.
I mean, she has done acting she was in Gran Turismo.
Show some respect. No, she was in Spice World, the movie. If that's not acting, I don't know what is. Yeah, she's turned up in things.
Yeah.
I do like it when you get a kind of a left field show casting in a way, because then all they need to do is put in a half decent performance, and you're like, wow, look at that.
Yeah, but with this many names, they don't even need to do what are they going to do?
That's true. I mean, I think a show like this, after having the likes of Meryl Streep and Paul Rudd in a season, I think how are you going to compete with yourself in the future when you get those kind of names? And I think they've come over here and they've just gone, let's get everybody.
Let's get two doctors in there.
Yeah, I've got David Tennant and Jodie Whittaker in there. David Tennant, famously, of the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, yes.
If you remember. Nicola Coughlan is in there. She seems to turn up in everything, which is very good. She's very dependable.
Jennifer Saunders, lovely Jennifer Saunders. Jim Broadbent, who I absolutely adore. I've never interviewed him. No, I haven't either, actually.
I would love to.
Who else we got? Simone Ashley from Sex Education. And Richard Ayoade, who's perfect casting for everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that man.
Exactly. Are you into the show at all?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I say I love it. The first series was so good. And then obviously you watch the second series and I think now I just watch it because it's like a comfort watch.
Yeah, I think it's very much a comfort watch type of show. I adore Steve Martin and Martin Short. And
what about Selena Gomez?
And I absolutely adore Selena Gomez. No, Selena Gomez is fine. I think she's good in things that I've seen. And she seems fun in interviews. But I just haven't really had the time to get into this. A friend of mine a few years ago told me, you've got to watch this show, it's great. And I watched the first episode and thought, it's all right. And then when you have that kind of experience, I think you put it on the ever-increasing list in the back of your mind of, I'll watch that at some point. And before you know it, a whole several series of 24 have already been on TV and you haven't seen any of it. And I'm there with this one.
I think I struggle a lot of times with American humour versus UK humour. My sense of humour finds the stuff in the UK a lot funnier. And so I maybe don't find Only Murders in the Building as funny as maybe they do in America. But I think with the casting that they've got for this next series, it might shift that.
Maybe,
back.
Yeah. I agree with you on the British humour thing, but two of my favourite comedies ever were Community, which is very American, and Parks and Recreation. And that was like silly, warm American humour. And that hit me in places that like literally nothing else did.
Are we getting a Community movie at some point?
Maybe we'll save that for another podcast. It is still supposedly happening.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Everyone barring Chevy Chase is meant to be in agreement that it's happening. They have a script. They nearly did it a couple of years ago. Something got in the way. And now whenever I Google this and see the latest, Joe McHale on a podcast, he always suggests it is happening and Donald Glover's going to come back. But
we will
watch
save
this
that
space.
for another time. But I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't imagining that. That is it from us today.
I've got about half an hour more of community chat.
I know you have.
If you want to keep me going.
People can come and find you and have that chat in person. But
yes.
we've covered
Unlike Mel, I welcome strangers to come and embrace me in the street. Doesn't matter what you smell like, guys. I'm here for a hug and a community chat.
We've covered plenty today. We have done Supergirl with the wonderful Millie and Jason.
We've done Toy Story 5 with the not grumpy but maybe misunderstood John Cusack.
My close personal friends Asha Banks and Matthew Broome spoke to us
from the YA community,
from
the
Your
youth
Fault,
hustling,
London.
youth hustling movies,
and all the casting news that you could dream of.
Yeah, what more could you ask for?
There you go. Join us next time where we will have more of the same but different.
Thank you very much for listening, guys. You can catch us on all wherever you get your podcasts. Is that what people say at the end of podcasts?
That is, I believe, but slightly more concise.
Yes. Well, I'll work on it for the next episode. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends and family, and we'll catch you on the next step.
Thanks for listening, guys. See you next time.
See you later.
This episode is brought to you by Google Chrome. You think you know a browser, but Gemini and Chrome? That's new. It can help you with practically anything on the web, like restoring a vintage motorcycle from a 50-page restoration blog, or finally break down that long article you've had open for weeks. Gemini and Chrome is here for it. Ready to make anything online make sense? There's no place like Chrome. Check responses, setup required, compatibility and availability varies 18+.